Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Coffee Talk with Leesy. What's Coffee Talk? Who's Leesy? These are all things that ideally we will come to an answer for over the next hour. Welcome to SuperPod 3. That's right. There have been 3 of these magnificent events, and I've been invited to each and every one of them, despite being the only guy to ever have his live feed cut off for being too offensive. But none of that today. None of that today. My apologies. I tried to get the mic moved around so we didn't have this thing across here. So now you guys miss my magnificent beard, but that's okay. Super glad to be here. Thanks to Al Galpin for having me on SuperPod 3. Don't forget that donate what you can to superpod.co.uk. If you go to the website, there's a little link on there somewhere. I bet you it's on the left or the right or something, and you click it and you can donate through Comic Relief, but through us here at SuperPod. So thank you very much for joining us. Good morning, everybody. What are we going to do this morning? Well, whatever we want. That's how it works. That's Coffee Talk. Did I line up any guests? You may be asking yourself, did Leesy line up any guests? Nope. Hey, Leesy, did you come up with some games that we can all play together? Nope. You just got me and you. And the coffee makes 3 or something. So that's where we are. I'm happy to help Mr. Galpin any project, any event he ever comes up with, because game recognizes game and good people help good people. So I'll talk on a video stream for an hour for Galpin, whatever he needs. So you joining me, for those of you who may not know, live right here in the studio shed / toy room. I'm a musician, podcaster, broadcaster, but also a toy collector since childhood. So if we really come off the rails here today, we're going to talk toys, and I'm going to show you some collectibles that are around the room. Apparently, there is a long delay from Leesy's video. I don't know what to do about that. I can go to the less... Go to this less. Bear with me. I think you might still be getting my audio, not my video. So bear with me. I'm switching my camera over here. Okay. So this camera is less, but it should be better video quality. So maybe let me know on the chat there if this one's better as far as a delay goes. And I'll move this guy out of the way, shall I? Gotta love live broadcasting. It's my favorite. Absolutely love doing these things live. See, it's wild. The video on my screen, it looks okay. It looks good. But not for you folks at home, I suppose. Could hear you, and the lag is a lot less. Well, let's hope things get a little better from here. We're doing it all live, folks. Absolutely. 100% unrehearsed and live. That's how Leesy likes to do it. Squeeze correct. With the app I was using to connect, not great, but I can't find a better one. If you have a better idea of an app I can use to use my mobile phone as my camera for these sort of streams, then that. But boy, there's nothing like it falling off the rails 3 seconds in, right? So before, when I had this running earlier just as a test. And I even said to my buddy Vic, I said, by the way, everything works great right now, knowing that literally means everything's going to go wrong. So this camera here is not nearly as much HD. It's not as pretty, but that's okay. That's all right. We're here together. We're here to raise money for Comic Relief. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how pretty the video is. It's 9 in the morning. You can see the beard. What else do you want? Video and audio are synced, says Vic. I think we're doing all right. It's cool. I can kind of look around here, and I got cool things going on. I do need a mic stand, though, right? And the mic stand is over there. And because I'm pretty OCD with my cables and wiring, I can't move the mic that far. You know, it's connected. It's not going to happen. So what I'm going to do is play this background music for you for just a second. Don't stare at my butt when I go grab my mic stand. while we're doing that, somebody look up the expression "seat of their pants." I saw it on something the other day. The full explanation, flying by the seat of our pants now, boy. Well, Galpin, this is my third SuperPod, and I'm sure you would expect no less from Leesy than a few technical difficulties. Now, it is frustrating, though, that I was listening to the previous show, I was checking out the feed, and that cam was running fine for the hour, whatever it was, It was a little bit of a lag, but hey, what can you do? So, all right. Exciting times at the SuperPod. Do we have a donation total? I know we're early, but it'd be fun to sort of know that. Of course, Coffee Talk is a blatant ripoff from SNL. Mike Myers, who was also, Austin Powers and Wayne from Wayne's World. What was Wayne's last name in Wayne's World? Did Wayne have a last name in Wayne's World? I don't know. I don't remember. Wayne Garth and then Garth Wayne, maybe? Who knows? I'm not sure. All right. So what else are we going to do this morning? At 9:15 or 9:20 or so, we are going to try, because the tech's going so well so far, we're going to try a crossover with my man RT over at SW20 Radio. Of course, we're streaming here live on the Bear as well. SW20 is a South Wales-based station. RT is one of their hosts. He does the morning shows. He does an evening show as well. Basically, he just copies all my shows, even though I've been there less time than him. But he's going to come on here with us, I think. The best part about that is I can invite people on, and then Galpin's just got to make it work, which isn't an issue for me, really. He's just, he presses the buttons. And as long as this weird old laptop that we bought at Argos camera still works, it's unbelievable, isn't it? You go to all this trouble to buy this technology, like a pretty nice iPhone, right? And then I have to use the camera on an old laptop because the iPhone one doesn't work. Vic says Wayne's last name is Campbell. You're right, And Garth Algar says Squee. You guys each answered half of the question. Excellent. All right, so what else could we really do? What more do you want from me, Al? It's been 8 minutes. We know Wayne and Garth's last names. We're opening up the world today. But yeah, 10 minutes. We're gonna have. I think we're gonna have RT join us and hang out and talk with us. But who knows? All right. Earlier, I think I started to talk history because this is a podcast festival. And for me, podcasting started back in 2009. That's right. Not only am I an old man, I'm also a podcast OG. We started Legend in My Spare Time, October 2009. And at the time, the concept was, at the time we were playing in bands locally. And between our little group of friends, we were basically playing a gig every single night of the week. And then we were all getting together at different times and telling these crazy stories about these little towns we played gigs in, or people that we met at these shows, or what the bass player did, or what the drummer did. And that was the original concept for the Legend in My Spare Time podcast, because we would do these gigs, and obviously you're playing to a crowd of 20 people. You think you're top of the world. Small, it's rammed, it's packed. You're on top of the world, baby. Next morning, you're back at your job at the factory or wherever it was, or at the retail store, and that was that kind of Legend in My Spare Time concept. That's how we started. First couple of shows way back when were just basically almost like field reports from the bands that we were in, hanging out together, telling stories. Musicians are also incredibly unreliable, as well as they are incredible and artistic. So the original co-host started to disappear right away. So initially, I had to start finding new co-hosts all the time. So the show still runs today. It's been running since 2009. Some of those years we may have only put out one episode, but I'm definitely a podcast OG. And podcasting for the good changed my life, in as much as so many friendships that I have today, still to this day, people that I consider family. I've been to their homes. I've attended weddings, all of people that I met through the wonderful world of podcasts. Sometimes you just listen to a person on a podcast and you think, that's a like-minded individual. I'm going to reach out and see what happens. You just say hello or whatever. Before you know it, you're forming friendships, you're WhatsApp buddies, you're playing video games together, or you got drunk in Ireland watching the Royal Rumble through a strop when the wrestler you didn't win and stormed out of the bar. That's my man Fitzy. Of course, I met Vic through podcasting. In a roundabout way, I met Squee through podcasting and Galpin through podcasting. All these boys, my entire Iowa contingent. Those guys. I went to Iowa for a massive wedding, played music there, met all these great lifelong friends, all because of podcasting. So if you take nothing else away from SuperPod, it's just take away that podcasts are super important to people from a standpoint of entertaining, but also from a personal standpoint. Podcasters really doing these things and reaching out to folks and having an audience and having people play along. It's really great. Galpin says podcast buddies. Woo. Exactly. That should be a t-shirt. The podcast buddies. But my days of the podcasting before that, I was in broadcasting, working for stations in Ontario, Canada. And it was kind of that switch between broadcast radio and the podcast. And now I've kind of come full circle because I work on the radio again. And I find now that soothes the ego in as much as you get that instant reaction. With a podcast, sometimes it's like 6 months and you get a message saying, hey, I really liked your episode about Star Wars or whatever. But with the radio show, I'm getting messages instantly. Sometimes it's stressful because some of my listeners get really serious about stuff. And they get lots of really fast answers coming at me. That's when we play our 3, 6, and 11 game. Which, by the way, I'm not sure. I don't even know if the mighty theme song randomizer and the mighty voice leader are awake this morning, are they? Oh, they are. Ooh. So you are awake. Okay. You never know what could happen. The 3, 6, and 11. 3, 6, and 11 board is active, which means we could play a little music trivia game later. Leesy, please do not swear. Are we getting some tunes from you this year? Ooh, did I swear? I didn't swear, did I? I'm being good. I think you obviously mean last year because when we got banned because we were cursing. Or is it just Johnny was cursing? Not me. But I won't curse. I'm going to be good. And will we get some tunes from yourself this year? I mean, like, not at 9 a.m, That's rough for everybody. My neighbors don't need to hear that. But maybe if there's a gap later, perhaps I could jump on. But I think it's pretty tight. It's pretty airtight here at SuperPod. Squeeze says, I just got an email yesterday asking to advertise a book on my podcast, which ended a year ago. Exactly. So that's podcasting for you. But whereas the radio, you're hearing back right away, instantly. Good times. So is it Quantum, says Vic? It was Quantum Leap last time and you missed it, man. We'll explain more about that trivia game maybe before we play it. Who are we kidding? We know we're going to play it. What else do we have? But for a moment, let's talk coffee, as this is Coffee Talk. I am drinking from a Tim Hortons mug, of course, represent Canada. However, the coffee on the inside is a ground Dunkin' Donuts vanilla blend. That's right. Freshly brewed through a coffee pot is the right thing to call it. But here, Vic, in the UK, they call it like a cafe. You never know what your coffee machine is called. You go into like a coffee shop and you say, can you grind this for me, the fresh coffee? And they say, what kind of machine have you got? And I say, I don't know, a coffee pot. Drips the water into the big thing. And they want to know how fine to grind it and what setting it should be on. I'm like, I don't know, man. So preferably it shows up pre-ground. Absolutely delicious. I am a big fan of coffee and probably drink way more than I should. French press. Is it called a French press? It very well could be called a French press. Clark Anine says. Either way, absolutely delicious fresh coffee. We have a little milk whisker. We do it right. We do it right here. We don't second guess the coffee or half-ass the coffee. We do it properly. But there's a related story to that because I ordered said coffee on one of the large companies that deliver. Sometimes they can deliver the same day or even the next day. They're not sponsoring us, so they don't need our help. But we ordered that coffee, and I remember getting a phone call on the day that the delivery was up, because some people, you might sit and watch your stuff and you're like, woo, 3 stops away. Phone rings. There's a anything but friendly gentleman on the phone, if I'm being honest. And he says, what's your address? That's the first thing he says, by the way. No, hey, it's so-and-so from so-and-so. It's just, what's your address? Who is this? It's Amazon. I have a delivery. What's your address? Now, immediately I want to be like, isn't that kind of what you do? But I didn't. I gave him my address. And immediately he says to me, no, 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 that's not the number. What? So I tell him again. He's like, no, no, that's not the number. I'm extremely confused and he's being rude. Then I realized that we'd recently moved and he was delivering to the old address, not the new one. Now, either way, he still didn't have the correct address for the old house, the correct house number. So I just repeated the house number and I said, could you just leave it outside number 30 for me, please? Could you just leave it outside number 30? I didn't hear what he said next. It was mumbly. It was probably rude. And then the phone disconnected. I thought, it's over. We're not getting this little box of coffee. What a shame. But what are you going to do? So it's like about 2 weeks and I go to do the final cleaning at the old house. Everything's all finished. We'll get to those people in a moment. But as I'm leaving, the gentleman who used to be our neighbor calls after me and he's waving a brown box at me, an Amazon box. And he says, oh, this came for you like ages ago. And lo and behold, 2 weeks late, it was the coffee, which we are now drinking. So cheers to that. Cheers to the neighbor who took it in. And cheers to the grumpy dude who yelled at me when he was at the wrong address. I don't know. Good old coffee. Now, speaking of that retail establishment, no, we'll go into that later because standing by on the line, man, do I love technology and when things go right. I believe we have a gentleman in the waiting room by the name of Mr. Roger Tompkins, who is going to be broadcasting, simulcasting. So we're doing the superpod.co.uk. We're live on the Bear, and we're going to be live on SW20, like a super amalgamation of audio. I don't know. It's really early. All right, if he's there, let's invite RT, Mr. Tompkins, into the room. He's not in the room, says SuperPod. He's not in the room. All right. Jump on the link. I love live TV. Love it. Did he follow the link right? We're going to find out. This is our man, RT, who does struggle with technology. For example, he hosts the breakfast show on the weekend. He does a Sunday breakfast on a Saturday and a Saturday breakfast on a Sunday. It's all very confusing. However, I believe he's going to jump on the link now and he's going to join us in the room and we're going to chat a little bit. Maybe he can give us a little bit of history of podcast days. You know, you're going to learn in a moment that RT does often pick on me. But you know, we got to rise above these things times. So I think once he's in the room, he'll be added to us and he'll hang out with us. I'm trying not to look at the screen on my screen here because it's delayed. And it trips me out a little bit. But please make sure you donate superpod.co.uk. It's tough times for everybody, but every little helps. So please, if you can, throw some bones. Superpod.co.uk. Oh, look at the fancy background on the screen. It's beautiful.
That's the State of Independence. Dave Rowan. Saturday, 1 till 3 p.m.
There he is. He's even playing his old promo. Just comes in with the audio blaring.
Right, sorry about that, gentlemen. I was busily trying to get my name onto the thing, but I am now gate crashing a podcast called SuperPod 3. Now, this is a charity podcast festival being held by Mr. Al Galpin and currently joined by Mr. Matt Lees, our very own Matt Lees. Morning, Leesy. How are you, mate?
Good morning, RT, and thanks for joining us here on the SuperPod feed, and what a pleasure to be on the SW20 feed as well. So thank you for joining us, and I'm going to go ahead and preempt your question. I bet you don't even know what a podcast is.
What is a podcast? Yeah. It's is it something to do with peas?
Unfortunately not. It is not anything to do with that. It's kind of like what you and I do on the radio, minus the music and minus the live audience. So people, well, I do anyway, talk rubbish and then just upload it. And then people listen, play along and tag along. It's really unbelievable.
Fantastic. Right. Tell us what it's all about and what it's in aid of is the best way to do it. I can't do it justice, but you certainly can. Oh, Matt Hitman Lees has just popped up. Is that you?
That's me. That's right.
That's you. Hitman.
That's right. That's right. It's ironically, Clark Canine on the feed has just asked, how do I find you on Twitter, Leesy? And it is at Matt Hitman Lees. And Roger, I don't think RT's on the Twitter, are you? But SW20 Radio is.
I kind of was, but it vanished. So I'm not currently on there. I may just get on there. At SW20 Radio, I think it is, isn't it? The SW20 Radio.
Definitely. Yeah. So what SuperPod then is supporting Comic Relief. It is not just a clever name. It's the third event. Typically, we do these things in person, just like we did last year. We traveled to Southampton. We did the whole day of live podcasts in person. And then at the end of it, I think I even played some music. You know, you never know how these things go. A tremendous event. And to raise money for Comic Relief is just wonderful. And it's kind of all these incredible podcasters who, a lot of them do it as a hobby, but they do it as a love as well, a labor of love. And we come together to just try to raise money and just spend a whole day hanging out together and trying to entertain the folks. We know not everyone can afford to help and donate, so we just make sure that they know they can watch along with the entertainment as well. And throw a couple of quid towards superpod.co.uk if you can. That's what we're trying to do here anyway, Mr. Tompkins.
Jolly good. So it's supporting Comic Relief, which is obviously an incredible phenomenon now in the UK, isn't it? Comic Relief.
Absolutely. It's so much so that you even start to hear about it. You even hear about it in Canada and the States. Like, it's not just like a UK based thing. It's a huge event and people really enjoy it. And of course you get wonderful comedians that come together, hilariously funny and entertaining people. And then guys like me and Roger Tompkins.
I was going to say, what on earth are we doing on it then? Tell us what.
Got to fill some time.
This is true. What's coming up today on SuperPod 3 then? Because this is something that people can drop in and out of as they are, how can I put it, able to.
Available. We know not everyone's not going to sit here from 8 a.m. to midnight and watch the entire thing. But there's a show for everyone. There's all different kinds of events happening in different podcasts, so you can jump in and out when things tickle your fancy. Our man Squee, don't worry, I've got the bell just in case. Squee comes on later this evening, 6 p.m. I think, with obviously some great guests. The thing is, you put me on the spot, and I don't. There's a podcast called "How Not to Be an Idiot." I'm not saying you should listen to that one, RT. I'm just saying the name of a podcast. There's a princess running behind you. Now there's many great podcasts. Maybe Al will put it in the chat for us so that we sound more professional. But like I say,
you need to run through it for you.
Comedy based. Whoa.
There's another voice. Who's this other voice? What's going on?
Hey guys.
Hey, it's SuperPod HQ, Mr. Al Galpin, two-time Galpin. Welcome to the show, Mike. Thank you for saving us from stuttering and uttering and muttering over the schedule.
Yeah, you were talking about the schedule, so I thought I'd come on and give you the official rundown if you'd like.
That would be fantastic.
We have Stace and Barry in the morning up at 10 o'clock, who are talking about pop culture type stuff. We have 100 gigs. Oh, sorry, we then actually got me at 11 o'clock. I'd almost forgotten that. It will be a shambles full of lots of mini podcasts and all sorts of stuff. At 12 o'clock, we've got a podcast called 100 Gigs, which is an aspiring stand-up comedian interviewing award-winning comedian Nathan Caton. We have at 1 o'clock a podcast called Ask a Stupid Question. 2 o'clock, You Really Shouldn't Have, where they go through and ask their guest what's the worst presents they've ever been given, and things like that. 3 o'clock, as Matt said, How Not to Be an Idiot. At 4 o'clock, we have Cooking with Grief. At 5 o'clock, we have the Dredgeland Podcast Spectacular, pre-recorded comedy from them. At 6 o'clock, here's Dr. Scree with his various guests. At 7 o'clock, we have Shirley and Shirley with Motherfunk, all a comedy parenting podcast.
I'm so glad.
Did you see RT's squirm when you said that? He did a little jump in his seat for those of you who aren't on video.
At 8 o'clock is a podcast called Never a Straight Answer. Cold Callers Comedy at 9 o'clock, and then at 10 o'clock is the Comedy Arcade podcast, which is kind of a panel show type podcast. And then we finish with Clark and I and FM, who I know Clark is listening. He's doing it. He's got a big old battle with another podcast called the Hatcast, and they are doing a competition all about video game music to round off the day.
Ooh. Sounds incredible.
That sounds great.
What a fantastic lineup. Now, for the benefit of our listener, could you just explain how they find the podcast?
Yeah, if you want to know all the details, you can go to superpod.co.uk. That's the best place to go. You can watch and listen right there on the website. And also it tells you on that website all the schedule. It'll tell you a little bit more about all the podcasts that I've just mentioned. It'll tell you where to find them online. It'll tell you what to expect. It'll tell you what time everyone is on. It'll tell you where you can listen, where you can watch, and how to donate. And there's a big old donate button right in the middle of the screen now. I put up there this morning. So you just click on that donate button. It'll take you to our official Just Giving page. And you can donate straight to Comic Relief through the website.
That is incredible. I was just about to ask you about the donations, but you've done my job for me. Fantastic. I love the way
it's ingrained in my brain from saying it so many times over the last couple of weeks.
It's like Leesy, really, with his 3611. It's just that's it. It's autopilot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Except for when he fixes the winners.
Accessing 3.
It's queued up, by the way. We can go anytime, so don't get yourself embarrassed, RT. We all know how you are at 3, 6, and 11. Well,
look,
saying that, anyone who heard the live thing. Al's most recent performance was horrendous.
Yeah.
Al, what can I say? It's the quality of the material, isn't it? It's not.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you'd have heard the whole thing, the number of times that neither of us recognized a single piece of music was just far too much.
Just in case there is anybody that's wondering what we're on about, is that on Matt's various shows now throughout the week, Matt in the Morning on a Monday and a Thursday, and also at 505 Drive on a Thursday, he runs this competition called 3, 6, 11, where you basically have to name that tune in a specified period of time. He kind of changes the rules to suit himself so that Al doesn't win, but there we go. Poor Al.
Firstly,
anyway,
if I'm ever going to change the rules so somebody doesn't win, it would be against Squee, not my man Al. And secondly, how dare you, sir?
I know how it works. Anyway, gentlemen, thank you so much for letting me gate crash your podcast. So for all the SW20 radio listeners, check out, just remind us once again how to find the podcast, please, Al.
Yeah, go to www.superpod.co.uk or find SuperPod UK on basically any of the social medias.
That is fantastic. Well, gentlemen, I will let you get back to doing whatever you were doing before I so rudely interrupted. Thank you for allowing me to gate crash, and have a fantastic day, and I hope you raise loads and loads of money. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thanks, RT. Thank you for coming by the feed, RT, and more importantly, thanks for leaving it. Oh, that went well. He was just like, forget these guys. I'm out. Clark says, that's so cool. Name that tune is what we've done for our 11 p.m. slot. Yeah, so the way we do 3, 6, 11 is it's a 3 second, a 6 second, or an 11-second clip, and then it's kind of first correct answer wins. You know what I mean? It's a shame that Squee's not around to get randomly added into a room to join in with us, and we could play it. But we could warm up to that. Is he?
Yeah, he said, who won that again? And I quite rightly said, nobody. For anyone who didn't listen, I went head to head with Squee, and it came down to someone whoever got the right answer would have won, but whoever got the wrong answer would have lost, because we were tied on points, and it was you get the question wrong, you lose a point. So he did not give an answer. I actually put it out on the line, and I gave an answer. It was wrong, but at least I went out and put myself out there and gave an answer. So Squee didn't technically win, but I lost.
Fair, yeah. And to make it even worse, folks, we did like a phone a friend gimmick where Al got to call somebody, and it was random. And Al called our buddy Kyle, who is probably one of the strongest players of that game. He was running away with it. He got to listen to the song and give Al the answer. So gives Al the answer. This is for the game. Not only the game against Squee. And Al, Kyle's one of the most winningest players of this game ever. Do you want to take his answer? What do you think, Kyle? Is he right? And you went, nah.
And he was right.
Unbelievable. And then you handed it to
I got
Squee.
wrong at the end, because they're all film or TV themes. and I believe I guessed. I can't remember which way around it was, but I either guessed Karate Kid and it was
Yeah.
What's it called?
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai.
Cobra
Or was
Kai.
it- I said
See,
the other way
folks,
around.
this is what I was dealing with. Yeah, it was
the wrong one.
Cobra Kai, and you guessed Karate Kid.
Yeah.
And the best or worst part was you knew right away that you did it wrong, because as soon as you said it, you were like, "Oh no, it's not, is it?"
Well,
And since then,
I saw it in your face. That's what it was.
and since then we've been in this skewed timeline, right? And it's your fault, man. It's your fault. You know what I mean? As soon as you gave that wrong answer, in my head it was red alert. Squee's gonna win.
That's
And he
right.
did. But you know what? He has been rather humble ever since. So Clark and Ian, losing a point for a wrong answer is tough. Well, these guys went on and on about how good they were at this game. So I wanted them to prove it. So when I made the rules difficult, apparently I made it way too difficult.
Yeah.
Because wasn't there the one section too where if you got it wrong, I gave one of your points to the other. I gave a point to the other dude, and
Yeah, you can
lots
steal
of fun.
points from each other. Yeah.
Steal points. So it was quite a game. I mean, I honestly think it was a one-off performance for Squee, that he just got lucky on the day, and that it wouldn't happen again. But it was great fun, folks. You know, it's you guys were a disappointment. Let's be honest. It was a tough performance, but it happens, man. But
It does.
people are willing to embarrass themselves, so that's why you should probably donate to Comic Relief, right?
Uh-oh.
Never one to shy away from an invite. It's the Squee Man. He's supposed to be a professional by now, Squee. Oh, he's muted. He's never hearing the end of this. You are never going to hear the end. Oh, he's never going to hear the end of this. Oh, this is the best I've ever heard Squee sound, though. What do you think, Al?
Yeah, this is great.
Sounds wonderful.
By 6 o'clock.
Oh, look at Vic over here. Team Squee. Jack, is it Jack? I can't see. I read. Jack says professional mute. Squee. Come on, Vic. This is great. We should probably play the game right now because Squee can't jump in on us.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Hey, how we doing, guys?
Sounds much worse now. Good morning, Squee. Welcome. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, well, I mean, I could hear all that waffle from Al. Geez, sore loser, man. Come on, just get over it. You're lost. It's okay. It's all right. Just a game. Oh no! Oh, he stole my point. And and Leesy, what was the bit about? His phone a friend. My phone a friend knew nothing. Like my phone a friend had nothing for me. He had the right answer in his hands, and he let it go.
Yeah, it's fair. But it's a coin toss because for folks who don't know, the phone a friend wasn't planned. They didn't pick the phone a friend.
Yeah.
I had phone a friends ready and just picked one at random. So you didn't get the pro. But if it would have been a Disney tune, Squee would have won that game straight out because she would have had it in seconds. Yeah. Amy C, our presenter and friend, is a huge Disney fan. Got to back a winning horse, mate, says Vic.
And it has to be said, look, I mean, both phone a friends lovely. Everyone who was involved lovely. We not so lovely on the day quite often with the questions, but Al's right. Never release the unedited tapes. No one looks good on that.
Oh, you mean the 2 hour and 45-minute tape? Yeah, no, I won't release that. Don't worry.
Sorry, it was live. Sorry.
So when I said to my wife, "Don't worry, I'll be about an hour and I'll be back."
Yeah, 2.5.
That's the biggest lie podcasters have their partner. I'll be back in 5 minutes. This is just a quick slot on this thing. Don't worry. No, it won't be 3 hours like last time, 4 hours later.
No, every time. I recorded on Monday with the Rick and Shen boys, the cool kids from the station. And I said the same. Oh, last time it was only like half an hour. 2.5 hours later, there you are. So, since you're both here, lazing around on a Saturday morning, talking trash to each other. Your cameras look great, by the way. I don't know why I have to use this stupid little camera on my stupid little laptop. And now,
mine.
not to talk in. Yeah, but you must have a better laptop than me. I got this thing at Argos. You know what I mean?
It's just my tablet.
So, yeah. Well, it looks great. In order to be able to have the sound and things properly, and of course, I want to give Al our best. I could, if I use the phone as the video, I just have to talk into that, and then can't put ear. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares. All right, let's do a little bit of our version of 3-6-11. So, much better. Leave the camera there the whole time. The way this game works is we have a theme song randomizer, which is going to go through the system and randomly choose a song from a movie or a TV show. It is only going to play for 3 seconds. The camera's over here. It's only going to play for 3 seconds. And the first guy, either this one or this one, to give me the correct answer, wins. Yeah, Squee turned into a dog.
Just quickly, Al, just to let you know, this doesn't count as a champion titleship rematch. This is Street 3-6-11, the way I like it.
Yes, exactly. This is an unsanctioned match, we'll call it. Ooh, the 3-6-11 championship mug.
I say Champion of Champions mug, but it's still being pressed.
I understand. All right, folks. That's right. If you win on the station the season, you get a mug. Galpin has 2. Squee, I think, won one ages ago. I think the mugs were still plastic back then. It was a long time.
Yeah, it was
Invisible.
like on it. I'm sure it was one of yours though.
Fair enough. All right, we're gonna play the game, folks. They're gonna hear the randomizer, and then they're gonna hear 3 seconds from a movie or a TV show theme. One of them, perhaps both of them, will jump around and know they have the answer first, and it's gonna be a great time. All right, good luck to both of you except Squee.
Accessing 3-6-11 archives. Theme song randomizer activated. Selection in 3, 2, 1. Good luck.
Cheers!
Oh! See how quick he was there? For those of you at home that may not have caught the audio, it was so absolutely right. Cheers. All right. So,
Taking a break from all
Vic says that 3-6-11 logo is nice. Sure is. Designed by our man Vic, ladies and gentlemen. So that's how the game works. It's 1-0 to Squee. The next song we'll hear will be 6 seconds worth 2. Well, we're not doing points. We're just going to go 1 for 1. All right, boys? You know what I'm saying? And then if it's a tie, you just like fist fight.
Access 3-6-11 archives. Theme song randomizer activated. Selection in 3, 2, 1. Good luck.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip.
All right.
Ooh, fateful trip.
Hi, Amy.
There's
Amy says I knew that one.
Gilligan's Island.
Ooh, Galpin is correct. Gilligan's Island, absolutely right. I got it from Galpin first. I don't know how we do with copyrighted music, so we'll be super careful. But a lot of these are like cheap
Yeah, we are on Twitch.
karaoke style ones, so we might be all right.
Karaoke ones are probably okay.
All right.
3-second clips, okay?
I'm not gonna get the second year. I'm not getting us cut off for the second year. All right, Al. I promise. Well, I promise because it's not in my control, but it is not my desire to. Wow, that's an easy one, says Vic. Yeah, right, Vic.
We didn't have
right.
Basically,
You know what I'm saying? Him and his.
about trip.
Yeah. Now, for folks playing along with us right now, when we play during the week, Vic always guesses Quantum Leap. If he doesn't know what it is, Quantum Leap. If he's unsure, Quantum Leap. He just guesses. It becomes so much that it's a running joke that Vic guesses Quantum Leap. Except for this past Thursday. What happened, Squee?
Yeah, I mean, what happens if it's Quantum Leap, though? He'd surely guess Quantum Leap, I would imagine.
One would think. However, that was not the case on Monday when finally, through the miracle of randomizers, Quantum Leap plays through the system. And I'm looking at my screen going, here comes any second now. And then I'm like, oh, Squee got her scalp. Oh, where's Vic? Vic, wrong. Come on, man. And even Galpin exclaimed, Vic! We are all
Although
rooting. We were all rooting for him.
Being Team Squee, he got the points really, just through me.
I guess so. I guess you could say that. I don't know what it is about Vic and this team Squee something. I don't understand. Each to their own and all that. Yeah. All right. Now, this next one, play for 11 seconds. Hold on to your butts.
Accessing 3, 6, 11 archives. Theme randomizer activated. Selection in 3, 2, 1. Good luck.
Buzz, 18.
18.
Ooh, A-Team. You guys both had it, but I did hear Squee first.
I think I had.
But you were, you know what I mean? If we were in the same room, that might have been a tie. However, it's got to go the way I heard it. I heard Squee first. So I think that makes it 2-1 to Squee. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I think 2-1, whatever. So in the interest of not getting us cut off for any sort of copyright rules, if Squee gets this one, he wins. If Galpin gets it, it's a tie. We'll do one quick one more. But that's it. We don't want to, you know what I mean? If this is cut off today, I want it to be Squee's fault, not mine. All right. So here we go. This will play for, and even give us even less chance to get snagged by anything. We'll just do 6 seconds. I think 11 might be long enough for the algorithm to find out what we're doing. Is that
Okay.
Maybe. Who knows? Anyway. I'm just trying to look out for you, Al. I don't want us to get.
Cheers, man.
Accessing 3, 6, 11 archives. The song randomizer activated. Selection in 3, 2, 1. Good luck.
Okay.
Oh no! I heard Galpin first.
I said.
I heard you both very close to each other, but I got Galpin in my. I got Galpin in my ear first. I did, Squee.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair. I made it buzzing when we're not buzzing. So my bad. My fault.
No buzz, just yell.
Yep.
That should be the name of that could be like an extra round. No buzz, just yell.
By the way, you have the worst version of the Doctor Who theme tune, which you play it every time.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's not great, is it? It's not great. Some of them are terrible, and some of them, But that's the thing. The 3611 archive is hundreds of songs, and some of them are better than others. Man, some of them are recreations. Some of them are originals. I mean, you had a straight original Doctor Who song in your one-on-one game and missed it anyway. So you just never know what's going on. You just never know how these things go. All right. This is the tiebreaker. Ladies and gentlemen, good luck to you both except Squee.
Accessing 3, 6, on archives. Theme song randomizer activated. Selection 3, 2, 1. Good luck.
Whoa. Now, honestly, I legit heard you both at the exact same time.
It came through in my ears at the same time
it was
too.
A tie.
Alphabet, yeah.
Yeah, you guys tied that one. Doctor Who is the correct answer. Amy's like me attempting to yell from the car on Monday. So you're my answer if I was still driving after shopping. Yeah, Amy said she had to go pick up shopping. I said, if you yell loud enough, I might hear you. I didn't, but I love knowing that she was yelling in the car, We heard from Vic the other night. We were playing because Vic's in California, folks. So it's like 2 a.m. when he's listening to our morning show. And he got an incorrect answer, screamed an expletive into the night, and woke up his whole house, I believe, because he didn't get a correct answer. He screamed a dirty word. We don't support that kind of thing. But he was very by this game. We know Squee gets upset by the game. We know Al does too. People get really worked up, and I didn't know people would get so worked up, but I like just kind of sitting back and stirring up trouble, Okay, we need to break this tie because we cannot do it,
Let's just say
this is the last one.
That's Champion's fire that we are harnessing. Isn't that right, Al?
Oh yeah.
I don't know where this was when we did the big one, boys, the one we built up for weeks. But hey, I'm glad now.
Accessing 3, 6, 11 archives. Theme song randomizer activated. Selection 3, 2, 1. Good luck.
One
Come on,
second,
Jen,
1 second.
Oh, it was Galpin. It was Galpin. He had it out first, both correct, but also Squee, you were just a second behind, my friend. Galp takes this one, this unsanctioned, unofficial game,
Unsanctioned
albeit unsanctioned rematch. Galpin wins, and you know what, Squee? Sometimes it's the little victories that really help re-stoke that fire. Now maybe he comes back for you.
Well, all I can say is I won
What do you think?
The Champion of Champions, but you did say any champion can re-challenge later. So, like Al, especially with his 2 times, can still challenge me. So, kind of,
That's
maybe
right.
rematch we happen at some point.
Yeah. So,
Sure.
yay, Galp's got that. Says Christine Galpin. All right. So that's
Thanks,
how
Mum.
3611 works. We play it, Is that Mamie Galpin?
That is
How
Mamie
very
Galpin.
kind of her. Yeah.
Oh, hi, Mamie
Boo,
Galpin.
Squee, she said too. She also said boo,
Yes,
Squee.
sure.
No, she didn't.
I was going to say,
well,
just congratulations. Jeez. Like, well done, Al. And Mamie Galpin.
yes. Well, exactly. So there you go. That's how our 3611 game works. Nobody got in a fist fight. Nobody cried. It was great. When we taking new contestants? I don't know who's around. I don't know how that works. Al's the charge. If somebody wants to, I'll just sing a theme tune to you if we have to. You know what I mean?
Can I also just say,
but
how are your mums so able to use technology? My mum can barely manage a mobile phone, and then she's got one of the ones with a big button.
well, in fairness, it took you
Quick.
12 minutes to unmute yourself today. So
I'm sorry, I'm set up for StreamYard's not like this thing that we're using today, which is a wonderful thing, but I wasn't set up for it.
that's okay. Don't worry. I was only teasing.
Could have got set up for
Is
it.
there? Yeah, exactly.
Coulda,
Well, you could have been
shoulda.
prepared like I was. Yeah, woulda, shoulda, coulda. Now I don't know. Vic's probably not brave enough to jump into the lobby and join us for 3611. He's a brave man, but I don't think he's that brave. I sent him the link, but I don't think he's got the guts. Mammy Galpin, I'm young and old. She says, "Yeah, Squee, watch your mouth."
What did I say?
The thumb up. Just the.
I said it was
You didn't
great.
say anything. You didn't say anything. I was just talking to Galpin earlier about how easy we can wind you up like a spinning top. You go, and it's pretty easy, man. You get pretty.
You know I love.
You know what I mean? You get
I love
wound.
me, Mama Lees. You know this.
Well, listen.
That's what I'm saying.
Where's what else is so Squee? Talk to me about tonight at 6 p.m. because you've got somebody from garbage removal services. Was it home waste recycling? Bin man, guy with a pan on his head.
Yeah, guy with a pan on his head. A celebrity with a pan on his head. Thank you. He is
all right. Fair enough.
The
Pan Man.
He's got talent, and he was a finalist.
Wow.
Went right to the end. He's going to talk to us about that. We've got hosts and comedians and presenters, Laura Duff and Jim Credible, joining me. So it's going to be a wonderful time. Jim's got a new gig where he is working as a ringmaster in a circus. So that's going to be really cool to talk about as well. It's going to be awesome.
All right. Hey, Al's just like, see you later, losers. So we are into our last 5 minutes.
Someone else just arrived.
Well, come on then for our last 5 minutes. This time flew by, honestly. There was a part of me sitting, I got to talk to this mic for an hour, but it flew by. What a great time. I can't believe it. All right, there's somebody else with us. Oh, I hear some sultry tones. Check. Is that the one and only Vic, a.k.a. Coda?
It is.
It's everybody's favorite buffet boy, Vic. Now,
how you guys doing?
Wonders, love it. Awesome, man. Nice to hear you. As I said earlier, I've made some great friends through podcast. Vic is no exception. I heard his podcast and I thought, my kind of dude, I'm gonna reach out, and now we're bros. So there you have it. Well, since you are the king of the oneers, Vic, and you've always wanted to get your hands on Squee 1-1, What do you say? We do a real quick one for our last few minutes together.
I'm in.
Don't worry, I won't do any of these. Yeah, you watch your mouth, Squee. Be nice. All right, here we go. Randomizer and then the tune. Good luck to both of you except Squee.
Accessing 3, 6, 11 archives. Theme song riser activated. Selection in 3, 2, 1. Good luck.
Dream Genie?
Bewitched.
Ooh, Squee had it. It is I Dream of Jeannie.
Yeah.
Now, Vic was faster, but he got the other one. And that's what I love about this game. You don't only have to be fast, you got to be right. And sometimes you mix them up. Because even as the host of this show, if I heard I Dream of Jeannie, I guarantee you I would say Bewitched. And if I heard Bewitched, I'm pretty sure I'd say I Dream of Jeannie. But Squee got it right. Well done, my friend. In the interest of time, I won't. I know if the playlist wasn't so big, I straight up would have pulled up Quantum Leap, but it's just like it's such a big playlist that it doesn't happen that quick. I'm afraid. I really tried. Even now, as I'm like filling the dead air, trying to like scroll through the screen, I can find it. I can't. It's all right. So more. I won't play the randomizer. We'll save ourselves a moment of time. Here it comes, gentlemen. Good.
Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes, you're both correct, but Squee was faster again. Come on, Vic. Come on, Vic. Up next, Stacey Barry in the morning,
lag,
10 a.m. It's the internet. I get it. It's the national lag. I get it. All right. Last one. The Imperial March from Star Wars. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
On to Vic there for that one. 2-1 to Squee. We'll do the same thing we did before. One more. Squee can either take it or it's a tie, and then we end on a tie, which is really anticlimactic, but that fits in real well with the way games go around here. All right, here it comes. Are you ready?
Ready.
Ooh, nice little piano. What do you think, boys?
I'm gonna guess Dawson's Creek, just completely random.
I don't want to wait. What was the horror movie he was in? Joshua Jackson. And then he got in the car at one point and turned on the radio when the Dawson's Creek theme came on. Do you remember that?
Oh, no. It
was like, and he like turns it off. Urban Legends, maybe one of those type. The Skulls or something. Anyway, that was a great movie. The Skulls.
No, I think it was
Clark and Ian got it. Go ahead, Vic.
I think it was I Know What You Did Last Summer, maybe?
Something like that. And then he gets in the car, turns on the radio, and the song came on. Clark and Ian got it. Let It Go. That was the tune. So Amy said, come on, Squee, you know this. Turned out he didn't. All right, this is legit the last one, guys. We're closing down our time together. Thank you for joining in. Here it comes.
Yes.
Until you're ready.
It's playing. It's coming. Here it comes. It's frozen.
Quantum Leap.
It's Quantum Leap. Vic, I tried, man. I really tried, Vic. We had to do it.
Team Squee, Vic. It's Team Squee wins. You're part of the team.
That's true.
I had to
That's
do it,
true.
Vic. I had to do it. I had to do it. I'm sorry.
That's what I get for trying to support my bud at 2 a.m. in California.
Right?
I
get really
you're supporting your bud, but you're all team. You're also Team Squee. I'm watching you, Vic.
Hey, I gotta support a winning horse, like I said earlier.
Fair enough. All right. I have been given notice. The red light is on. It is time to sign off. Firstly, thank you to Squee, as always, for your support, for your tag along. Great to have you on the show. King of the Wonders, my man, thank you so much for joining us. What a great time. Galpin, thanks for having me. Now, please remember to head over to SuperPod.co.uk. Donate. You can. Every little bit matters. We are here until midnight with SuperPod.co.uk. Coming up next is a brand new sketch coming up from Release the Clowns. Clark and Ian, thanks, guys. Thanks for watching along. To Amy, thanks to each and every one of you for watching along with us. Coming up next, a sketch from Release the Clowns. From the Toy Room, the Toy Shed, I'm Leesy. We'll see you again soon, I hope, if Al will have me back. And until then, just remember, always remember, no, I'm not stripping, don't worry. Just remember that Leesy says, be excellent to each other. Bye.